Chat 327, and this is free zero turn Will It Run. This is a Toro 60-inch. It wouldn't even fit on my trailer. Shout out to Ryan, he gave it to me for free to get it out of the way. And I don't know what size engine it is. It says electronic fuel injection. It needs a dipstick. He was in the process of changing the muffler. There's the new muffler. I gotta get it off the trailer, see if we can get it running. What a hoss. I'm excited. It says electronic fuel injection. Anyway, it's really heavy. He had a front end loader on his tractor. It wouldn't even pick it up. It was a smaller tractor. It wouldn't pick the thing up, so we had to push it up here. Took a while to get it on. Had to put it on top of the rail because it wouldn't fit on the trailer. Anyway, to lift it off, I've got the chain fall and I've got a cherry picker. I'm gonna put the cherry picker in the front, see if we can pick it off of there. So I got two chains going up that chain wrapped around that beam. I've got it sitting a little more level now. It's clearing the trailer. I can remove the cherry picker, put the tugget down, drive the trailer out. That's a fun looking picture. Let's get it to the ground. Now would be a good time to get in there and inspect the blades. No, I'm not getting out of that. It is finally on the ground. So now that this beast is down on the ground, we can start looking into it. I got the seat pulled up. I have found the battery. I think first step is put a battery in there and see what it does. I took the air filter cover off. The air filter looks like brand new. Step one, let's see if the tires hold air. So good news, daylight savings time happened last night, so I gained an hour rush time from work, cooked supper, ate, and I got the battery in the mower before dark. Let's see what happens. So what I'm thinking is just jump out the solenoid and see if it'll turn over. Let me grab some starting fluid. Whoops. And that is what the plug looks like. It's definitely not flooded. I'm thinking up next we'll check the fire. If it has spark, put the plug back in, see if we can get it to run. So it is the next day. I'm off of work and I've been thinking about this zero turn. I looked at the sticker and it says I had the parking brake backwards, so it is engaged now. If we sit up on the seat and then we hit the key now works. If we look at the spark plug, it does have sparks, so I'm going to put the spark plugs back in, throw a little starting fluid in it, and let's see if it'll fire up. So I look inside the gas tank. It is basically empty on this side. The other side is empty. I look in this oil reservoir. It is low on oil. I need some Mobil 1 SAE15W50 synthetic engine oil. I need to top that off, put some gas in it, and then hit the key, see what happens. Then we've got to figure out how to check the oil in it. It's some kind of really hard, if it's foam, chewing gum, I don't know what that is. So what's been going on so far, I was taking the muffler off, but there is a nut that is rounded off. It don't want to come off, it's going to stay, so I just found a nut and replaced that one. I replaced that nut. That stud's broke off, but that's fine. We're going to run it like it is. I'm going to tighten up this O2 sensor. I just took the drill bit and the shop vac and ran this, whatever that yellow powder is, I'm not sure. Anyway, I got to find a dipstick and put some gas in it. So that is the big Toro that I got for free. It's been sitting in the grass. It's on the back burner. I had to order some parts. I needed a dipstick and an oil filter. I have those. I even have some oil. So I'm going to pull it up to the shade. Right in the shade with the zero turn, I've got the oil drain pan. I've got an oil filter. It's shorter than that one, but it might still work. I got my wrenches, my oil filter wrench, and some oil. So to drain the oil, I turned this. This is 10 millimeters. I opened that up. Almost nothing poured out. Then I took the oil filter off. Almost nothing poured out. That's the old filter. Here's the new filter. I think it's going to work. So for your update, I just closed off the oil drain. I put some oil in the filter, screwed it on, and then when putting some oil in, I used the funnel. Only spilled a little bit. Whoever designed that should be on the other side. It's wide open spaces, or this air filter should be spun around. Anyway, I got just over 2 quarts in there, and when they sold me the oil filter, it's a little bit shorter than what was on it. Hopefully this dipstick's not a little shorter than it's supposed to be. Next step, we'll put the dipstick in, see if we get enough oil. Then we're going to put a battery, and then we're going to probably drain the gas, put new gas. We'll see if it runs. Okay, the oil is a little bit too high on the dipstick, but I still got to fill up the cooler and the filter, so it should be just good. Downstairs, I just topped off the hydraulic fluids. That's SAE15W50, Mobile 1. We'll put the lid back on that and the batteries in it. I got a little bit of a mystery going on. There's 2 gas tanks. This one and this one. This one still has gas in it. I assume this is the one they were using. When I come down here, the gas hose, you got to see this. Hang on a second, where is it? Oh, here's the gas hose. That comes from out of the tank. So evidently it's stopped up and it's cut off. I don't understand. That one still must be hooked up. I'm going to put some gas in it. I just took the shop vac, cleaned it out. And there's a switch here where you pick which tank you want. Let's hope it's on that tank and just go for it. So I think that's everything. There's oil in it, there's battery. I'm now putting gas in it. The hydraulics have been topped off. That's been flowing for a few minutes. That should be enough to start it. Let me get you on a tripod. It is moment of truth time. I guess I'll put the camera on the engine so you can watch the belt spin. Could be the fuel pump. It's got $80 worth of air filters. So I didn't try the blades yet. I'm curious. Anyway, it sounded like it was skipping, but that pipe is hot. That pipe is hot. Maybe it's just an exhaust leak I'm hearing. I gotta try the blades out next. So far it cuts good. I just gotta get the blades to go down lower. I'm guessing a little bit of oil on some rusty parts. And it was something else. Oh, the steering's really touchy. There's 2 shock absorbers that probably need to be replaced. I gotta get used to that. But it covers a lot of area really fast, being it's 5 foot wide. Let's try out that jack in the front. That way when you're running over something, it gets all caught up in the blades. It's easy to lift it up and clean it out. And this is not a step. I'm trying to get the deck to lower. I'm going to check out the blades. That's what the center blade looks like. Actually pretty good looking. Blade number 1. It looks good. And that makes this one blade number 3. It's got the most wear, but still not bad. That's the grass we just cut, some of it. Anyway, there's grease fittings here, here, and then 2 in the back. Let's grease those. And the wheels probably need some grease. That one actually needs a bearing. And the wheels probably need grease. Yeah, right there, we'll grease it too. So I greased the front wheels, one needs new bearings, and I tried to grease the up and down mechanism for the deck. Not a lot of grease was going in, may need new Zert fittings. Anyway, let's get it off the jack and go do some more mowing. So last night I was cutting with the free zero turn. It was doing really good. I was going up some banks. I was backing into this. I was pulling this. And somewhere in this area, because of the slope, because of the tall grass, I don't know, the belt came off. But it was doing a great job. Anyway, I got to get the belt back on. And there's a little list of things I need to do to it to make it right. Let's walk over to the mower. And while we're on the way, watch this. See the dog? Here, go. No. Get the ball. Here, go get it. That's the first dog I've ever had that'll fetch.
Give it to me.
Good job, dog. You did so good. First dog that'll fetch. Now onto the mower. So here on the mower, you can see the belt came off. It is going to be a puzzle figuring out. The belt's about a mile long, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a whole bunch of pulleys. There's even 2 back here. It goes up around that one. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. What it needs, there's 2 shocks that hook up to these guys, and it dampens it a little bit. Right now, every time you hit a bump, it wants to jerk forward, jerk backwards. That's probably not good on our hydraulics. So we need those 2 shocks. There's a leak, I'm hoping, on the valve cover. That will give me an excuse to change the valve cover from this side over to the other side for easy oil fill. And so what needs to be replaced, this little shock and that little shock, if we move this, it moves really super easy. Same thing on the other side. So they're not absorbing anything. Those two need to be replaced. Valve cover gaskets, put the battery back in, and then we've got a nice mower. So the belt was not as bad as I made it out to be. There are 6 pulleys on the deck. There's 3 in the back, so it's 9 pulleys. And the shape of the pulley, this one's shaped like a V, so it goes in like that. The flat ones, that's the back of the belt. That's your clues on how to put it back on. And for the next time, I can get back and watch this video and see how it goes. Anyway, the belt, it's got some wear on it. It's got some cracks in it. I'm gonna need a new belt. Also on the list, if you'll remember, we need new bearings for this front wheel. New belt, bearings, those little shocks, valve cover gaskets, those 4 things. Then we should have a good little machine.